Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope you're all doing good, healthy, and great. For those who haven't seen me from my previous videos, well, hello everyone. My name is Mia and this is my channel. It's Mia, just Mia. So, if you have seen my previous videos, I spoke in Bahasa Indonesia, or sometimes mixed with English. Well, from this episode onward, I'll be doing all my vlog episodes in English. And I hope it's still nice for you to watch, especially if you're Indonesian. Well, English is not my native language, but let's just say I'm trying to improve my English skill within my videos. And for those who speak English natively, please mind if I do grammatical error or anything in between. Well, let's get through with this episode. In this book vlog episode, we will review about a nonfiction book called Loneliness is My Best Friend by Alvi Syahrin. So, Loneliness is My Best Friend is published by Alvi Ardhi Publishing. And I am very well aware that Alvi Ardhi Publishing is owned by the writer himself. So, it's known as a nonfiction book publishing company in Indonesia, running by Alvi and his team. What I mean that Alvi Syahrin founding this publishing company along with Ardi Muhammad, who is also a writer. So that's why the name of the publisher is Alvi Ardhi Publishing. So I just turned on the light and I hope you see me clearly now. Okay, back to the main topic. So the first thing you'll see when you open the book is the logo of the publisher, Alvi Ardhi Publishing. And basically, Alvi Ardhi Publishing has published several numbers of books, which mostly are nonfiction. And this book is the second book of the self-healing series written by Alvi Syahrin. The title of the first book is Insecurity is My Middle Name. And I still haven't owned that book, but that's okay because you can still read the second book, the third book, and so on without reading the first one. But I totally, of course, recommend you to buy all of the books because when I read this book, this totally brought an impact for me. A good impact, a very good impact. So it starts with the concept of us humans as a social being, and there's a need for humans to interact with other human beings. We need to socialize, we need to interact with people around us, our family, our friends, our colleagues, or basically people we meet on the streets while we're going to work or going to school, to university, or basically when we are at a place, let's say fitness center or gym, we need to do our activities there, having exercise. We need to interact with people there, with the trainers, with the admins, whoever around us. And then when we do that as a social being, we might or may feel fulfilled or energized or happy, especially if you're an extrovert. But what if there comes a day when universe say that you are alone now? What I mean by alone doesn't mean that you're literally alone, but what I mean is when you have nobody to talk to, when you have no support system around you. But of course, you still need to interact with other people outside your circular system. But imagine a situation when there is no friends around you to support you, when you are out of town and then your family is not around you. It's kind of a difficult situation for us as a human being. And still, life must go on. We need to cope up with any kinds of situation. And that means when people went to bookstores to buy this book, then that means that they're starting perhaps feel lonely. They start to feel that they want to embrace that loneliness because that's what I do. That's my intention why I bought this book. So when you start to read this book, opening this book and start to read the first part of the content of this book, you will realize that Alfi Syahrin, the writer, will bringing you to this experience where you will interact with the word of loneliness itself. And it is will turn your perspective into a good perspective, or a peace of mind of perspective, that you will realize, it makes you realize that loneliness itself, it's not bad. It may sound bad at first, it may sound negative at first, but it is not if we embrace the situation. And then about the language usage, Alfi, of course, using the Bahasa Indonesia as the main language in this book, but mixed with the English. So with the reading experience itself, you will be brought to the situation when you read this book that you will talk, you will have a conversation with the persona of loneliness. So the loneliness here will be seen as a persona in this book. Loneliness will befriend you through this book. And it is stated in this book, page 19, that our friendship, is the reader and loneliness friendship, maybe it's not like a friendship in common. The shape is not like a friendship in common, but this will be a friendship which is very unique, when one of the most unique friendships you'll ever have. So you will not having any conversations with loneliness over the phone until midnight. You will not meet the loneliness itself, and you will not sharing your feelings with loneliness, or basically have whatever topics that you want to talk with loneliness. And no, that's not how the friendship goes with loneliness here in this book. So this whole book is like a personal letter from loneliness persona, specially written for you who are feeling lonely, who are currently experiencing the loneliness, and you need a guide of self-reflection to embrace the situation called loneliness. You could be in a condition when once you used to have lots of friends, and then suddenly when you grow up, that you have very little numbers of friends around you. Your social circle becoming smaller, smaller and smaller, until you have no closest people left to talk with, to have a discussion, to have a in-depth conversations. And then again, you will feel lonely because of that. So this book will give you a relatable condition about loneliness, and how to cope up with it, and how to embrace it. What I mean by relatable conditions as such, when you have no friends, when you have no life partner or a spouse, when you are basically living by yourself, far away from hometown or far away from your family, the conditions where you are forced to live by yourself, to go through with life by yourself, when you have nobody, when you cannot expect anyone to be there beside you along the way of your life journey. So when you read bunch of words from this book, or you basically read the whole letters from loneliness, you will feel that it's okay to be lonely, and we can befriend that loneliness, meaning befriending ourselves. So this book is bounded by 306 pages and consists of 45 chapters. Besides about friendship and love life, this book also tells us about how we can maintain our relationship with our family, and not comparing our family to others' family, and also how we can, or we should maintain our relationship with the greatest of the greatest. It gives you mindsets to cope up with loneliness. So I will read you one of my favorite lines from this book. I like you for surviving. I like you for staying strong. I like you for trying to like me with all of my insecurities. I will never meet someone like you. So I like you. That is the line when you seeing yourself in the mirror and loving yourself. So that's all from me for this episode. So I hope you do enjoy watching this video. If you do, please give a like and subscribe my channel. And if you do have any comments about this video, please leave a comment in the comment box below. So I'll see you in the next video. Ciao.